As Russia expanded its aerial bombardment campaign in Ukraine's far western city of Lviv Friday, President Joe Biden had a video call with Chinese President Xi Jinping focused on the brutal war, civilian casualties, and suffering. The White House says Biden outlined Western unity on tough sanctions against Russian President Vladimir Putin and described the consequences China would face if it supports Russia's bombing of Ukrainian cities. Chinese state media said Xi does not want to see the situation in Ukraine come to this. One expert told VOA Putin has put Xi in a very awkward position by asking for help to continue the war.
Definitely, China would love to see this war go away, or at least the conflict die down, and so the fact that President Biden and President Xi talked for about 2 hours suggests that this was a pretty involved and intense conversation.
Scobell told VOA the Ukraine war is the first real test of the true nature of the relationship between Russia and China under Xi and Putin. On Thursday, Secretary of State Antony Blinken voiced concerns about China supporting the war.
We believe China in particular has a responsibility to use its influence with President Putin and to defend the international rules and principles that it professes to support. Instead, it appears that China is moving in the opposite direction by refusing to condemn this aggression while seeking to portray itself as a neutral arbiter. And we're concerned that they're considering directly assisting Russia with military equipment to use in Ukraine.
On Monday, U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and Yang Jiechi, the Chinese Communist Party's chief diplomat, also held talks on Ukraine in Rome. Experts tell VOA that Putin has been hit hard by Western sanctions and would need very substantial sums from China to fund his costly war in Ukraine.
Russia and Putin need a lot of money, not a small amount of money, but a lot of money. And the amount of money they need, I don't think China is going to want to give unless they get something really big in return. And I don't think that Putin wants to mortgage his whole country to China for this.
The now paused Iran nuclear talks in Vienna is another thorny issue involving the U.S., Russia, and China, plus, of course, Iran, the United Kingdom, France, and Germany. State Department spokesperson Ned Price said he believes the parties are close to a deal, but Russia will not be allowed to use the deal to get out of sanctions over Ukraine.
I think two things can be true. One, the JCPOA is not going to be an escape hatch for the Russian Federation and the sanctions that have been imposed on it because of the war in Ukraine. But two, we are not going to sanction Russia for participating in nuclear projects that are part of the JCPOA.
Iran said Russia will not be an obstacle to reaching an agreement at the talks in Vienna, saying there is no relation between the talks and developments in Ukraine. Saine, VOA News.